Today marks the official beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month across the United States. It's a time to celebrate the rich culture and many accomplishments of people of Hispanic descent.
On today's Backstory, KVUE's Bob Buckaloo gives us a look into the history of Hispanic migration to the Austin area.
Austin, Texas, 1900. Of the 23,000 people who lived here then, only about 500 were of Mexican heritage. In central Texas, they helped build the railroads, tended to the crops of white farm owners, and worked as cowboys or vaqueros on the big ranches to the south and west of the city. By 1930, Austin's Latino population had risen to 5,000, yet despite their numbers, discrimination did not end. Local schools for Latino children were poorly funded. The doors to political representation were locked, and finding a safe place to live was difficult. Newspaper advertisements for new Austin neighborhoods like Hyde Park were filled with language that made it clear that there was no place for Latinos or blacks. The Second World War would signal a turning point. Many thousands of Latinos from Austin and from across Texas would volunteer to fight. Some would become decorated heroes, only to return home and find themselves treated with disdain and disrespect. They had served their country just as white soldiers had and came home from the war determined to gain access to all this country has to offer. By the 1950s, the doors slowly began opening to political representation. In 1956, Henry B. Gonzalez came to Austin to serve in the Texas Senate, the first Latino to do so. The 1970s would also see political progress. Richard Moya became the first Hispanic Travis County Commissioner when he was elected in 1970. At the time, no Latino had ever been elected to public office in Austin government. Gus Garcia was elected to the Austin School Board that same year. He would later become Austin's first Latino mayor in 2001. In 1975, more political victories. Gonzalo Barrientos was elected to the Texas legislature and John Trevino to the Austin City Council. From the Austin of 1900 to the Austin of today, there's a rich and vibrant history of Latinos in our city and stories of the vital contributions they've made to everyone's lives. Stories to be remembered and stories yet to be told. Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.